Adrian, let me take off today. So if you work at a dealership and you have a customer that's sitting in finance for 40 minutes, that's already one problem that you will not have to worry about after you watch this video.
Why?
Well, I mean,
I would say the process is completely broken if a car salesman has this customer trying to figure out the insurance aspect of the deal for 45 minutes. That to me seems completely broken. We're going to explain exactly why in this podcast. What's broken about it, Anthony?
I mean, I speak with people very often that are sitting at dealerships.
Incredible. God, we just got a text from another dealership. Go ahead.
Who's going to work?
They're both caught up in there?
I don't know what they're doing there.
This is all good. This is all good too, because like this you guys see, this is all completely good. So
it's transparent how operations work.
Yeah. So Anthony, if you want, continue on the
100%
podcast while I go figure out who's gonna work on one of our special.
Yeah,
supposing
yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So basically, I speak with people every single day about dealership deals. And honestly, after I've spoken with somebody who's been sitting at a dealership for longer than 40 minutes, the mood in their voice is already completely different than when they walked in. Every minute that they're spending waiting for the finance to approve them or waiting to get it insured is another minute that they are less interested in that vehicle, in my opinion. So Adrian, I saw that you were working on that. So
yeah, tell me what you were saying.
I basically just said that every minute that they spend sitting waiting is another minute less interested in the vehicle that they're acquiring to get. And I said that I also speak with people very often, and I could even hear it in their tone of their voice as to how exhausting the process is.
Yeah, we're about speed. We're about speed, and I'm going to think a little bit in the mind frame of a car salesman right now. The quicker you are to get that customer in financing, the quicker you are to already present the finance manager with the proof of insurance, the quicker you could get that deal closed and move on to the next. Because, I mean, transparently speaking, that's exactly what we do here. We try to move fast, we try to move efficiently, and we execute. We obtain the licenses, we obtain the VIN numbers, we obtain the current best option in the market. We get in there, we advise the customer, we close the deal, and then we move on to the next. So the objective of this podcast is to kind of inform you guys a little bit on, what you guys could be doing a little bit differently. And I'm speaking with car salesmen, what you guys could be doing a little bit differently in order to maximize and make your process a little bit more efficient. So I want you, Anthony, to identify what it is that they're doing that's a little bit incorrect, which I know we touched on it, but let's dive a little bit deeper into it.
Okay. They are pricing them out on the vehicle. They're asking them for their licenses, the VINs. Maybe they're not asking for the right questions because they're not insurance agents, right? So if you have a car salesman who is asking questions to get prices for insurance for a client, we know that sometimes maybe there isn't an insurance person there at the time. Maybe they're there at 8 p.m. and the car salesperson has to quote them themselves on Geico. That's already number one. They're not going to get the best price. So it would be good that you have somebody.
Why aren't they going to get the best price if the car salesman is thinking in his mind, I'm just going to go directly into Geico, quote it really quick, get them a price, and try to present it to them?
Well, I mean, it's very simple. They're not specialized in that. They don't know the ways that we know how to structure things so that they could truly get the best price. So yeah, I mean, obviously in terms of urgency, maybe they have no other choice, but could it prevent them from having the sale? 100%. And that's the problem that we're basically trying to highlight right now. We're highlighting how maybe their closing ratio, same way that we look at our closing ratio, is maybe a little bit low just because they're not doing the right tactics, maybe because they're not asking the right questions, maybe they're not getting all the household members, maybe they're not getting all the vehicles of the house, maybe they're adding coverages that they don't need. I've seen that a lot of people that have financed vehicles that aren't homeowners or business owners might be getting bodily injury added without even being asked.
Yeah, when they truly don't, it's not a requirement for them to have bodily injury. So let's walk a little bit, Anthony, to the process of that. I want you to kind of, which by the way, we should also mention, But I want you to walk us through the process of when a car salesman does not have a go-to insurance agent, right? What is the process? And we know the dynamic. We've worked at the dealerships. I have a ton of experience. Anthony does as well. What is the dynamic or the process of a customer that the car salesman doesn't have any options to give the customer regarding insurance, because a car salesman doesn't know a good and efficient insurance agent like ourselves. But what is that customer's process when he's looking for insurance, when he's purchasing the vehicle?
I think a lot of car salespeople tend to go with the easier route of, oh, you have insurance? Call that person.
Call the agent.
Call the agent.
Call the current agent.
Currently have. And calling at 6 p.m. He doesn't work as hard as us. He's not available. Then now, I can't get a hold of my agent. Okay, let me text the five people that I know that do insurance. Oh, nobody's responding. I've already spent 15 minutes trying to reach out to 5 different people.
Okay, so we went from about 5-10 minutes trying to contact the agent, and now invested another 10-15 minutes for the guy looking through his contacts, saying, who do I know that does insurance?
Exactly.
And then what happens?
Now at this point, we're 20 minutes.
Now we're 20-25 minutes.
Still have nobody actually confirming that they're working on the quote. And maybe the person that's answering the phone and that is available is somebody who's not really doing things the correct way, bouncing off of our last video quickly just to say. They might be doing a little bit of some down payment stuff, some things that we don't do. So, I mean, number one solution, get our number, reach out to us. We're always looking to add another dealer to our list. You just saw Adrian just got a text from a dealer right now and immediately identified it. Immediately went to go see if one of our agents is available so they can work on it, because just because we're occupied right now doesn't mean that nobody's going to work on that. Now you need a good team behind you to be able to do that, and that's what we're trying to offer them. But more so about the process, I think you could highlight more because,
Which process?
The process that you were saying about how the questions that they ask or how they're actually quoting them.
Yeah, I think before that it's important to mention how Anthony just identified how between one thing and another, you could spend anywhere from 25 to 45 minutes just finding somebody that's available, whether it be the actual customer or whether it be yourself. And it's no secret, and it's no surprise to you guys, what is that time that you just wasted? Money. Just wasted a ton of money. Just wasted a ton of time. And I think that that's the most valuable thing, that an essential thing that just went completely to waste. Now,
and each minute that passes, just to add on, each minute that passes that they're trying to find somebody available, the interest of that vehicle is dying.
Oh, 1,000%. And a lot of car salesmen will probably say, no, insurance is the problem. Insurance is my obstacle. Insurance is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Is insurance the problem?
Or in a soft market like right now?
Not at all. And so what's the solution?
And the solution is having
It's not a problem, but if you look at it as a problem, we have the solution for you.
100%. The solution is literally just reaching out to us, trying us once or 2 times. This is literally what we tell every car salesman that we speak with. We tell them, use us 1 or 2 times and you'll see why you don't need another insurance agent again. Like, I'm going to be completely transparent with you. I have a vacation this weekend, right? And I'm sharing this with the podcast. I have a vacation this weekend. Does that mean that everybody that I have that depends on me is not going to be attending? No. That means that I'm going to now pass over those contacts and create group chats with Adrian for transparency, that he's going to be assisting my people. So, I mean, that's what happens when you have people who are already thinking ahead of time, trying to prevent you from having to be one of those sales agents that is waiting 25 to 40 minutes for a quote. And if you're already doing that, you're doing things incorrectly, which is why we're trying to help you. We're trying to help you have a better closing ratio. We're trying to help you have a quicker turnover time on how long it takes you to get those clients insured, to get that deal closed, and for you to move on to the next person interested in buying a vehicle. And obviously, you don't know the tricks. Obviously, you can go into Geico and you can quote, but you're not going to get the same price as us. We have long-standing relationships with these companies of 20 plus years. We're tied to the biggest agency in Florida. So if you think that because you have the same website that you're going to be able to get the same prices, it's not like that. And you also are not putting probably the discounts that we could be adding for them.
Yeah. I think that the best relationships that exist in the world are the relationships where there's an exchange of value, right? Because of but it's no secret that of course we grow from these dealership relationships, but these dealership relationships 1000% grow because of us, and it's crazy because I've had dealerships. We work with a wide variety of car salespeople, whether you work at a conventional, regular, name Honda, name brand Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Ford, whatever the case is, or the buy here, pay here's, or the used car lots, or the
mom and pop shops.
1000%. And it's crazy because we have had car salesmen reach out to us and tell them that a lot of clients go to purchase cars from them because they heard that they give tremendous insurance prices. They're not even insurance agents. They called us directly.
But that's what happens when you have a good person.
That is exactly what happens when you have a good person. And when you create that relationship with the customer, where not only did you help them get a good price on the car, or not only did the customer become very happy with your service and how you were as a salesperson and how you spoke to them and guided them through the process, but apart from all of that, you provided tremendous service. You sold them the car, which was the objective. Of course, we're in the business of sales. But you also saved them money on their insurance. That's endlessly valuable. And that's something that, not every customer can have the experience where they're able to say that, their car salesman was able to get them a good price, get them good terms on their loan or on their lease, but also save them money on their insurance. This is a customer that is 1000% going to give you some referrals, and we're in the business of referrals as well. We grow off referrals. Anybody that's in the business of sales that tells you, no, I don't want referrals, I don't really like them, I don't know what you're doing.
They have to have a crazy book of business, or they're just very traditional and they're old-fashioned. But I have two quick stories to add to what Adrian just said. One of our, can we name drop something good?
Something good?
Yeah.
About a dealer?
Yeah, on the dealer that we have.
1000%.
Okay. So I would like to give a quick shout out to Morba Group. Okay. Morba Group is actually the dealer that had reached out to us right now.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people would have thought that was a little bit scripted or something like that. No, I you know what? I'm gonna show the people. I'm gonna show the people. It's funny because look, now Leo Martinez, which is somebody you guys are used to seeing here in the podcast.
Put it on that one.
Leo Martinez is currently, he says, sigo trabajando, etc. And he's working we have a group chat with a few of our agents and Morba. But who is Morba and why do we recommend them so much to our customers that give us a call? Hey, listen, I want to buy a car.
So that's what I was going to basically highlight. Morba, by doing things the way that they've done correctly, have grown exponentially, okay? By them growing, okay, they have grown because not only do they have a good inventory of cars, which is on them, that's obviously because of the effort that they have put in and the business relationships that they have, but they also have done their part in partnering with us so we can always guarantee getting their clients the best price. So what happens? Not only are you moving units more because you have a very reliable agent that is always going to quote you fast, but now you have an expectation that you have created to people who are ever going to be interested in getting a car from you, that not only are they going to get a car that they want, but they're going to get a good price. And that is priceless.
Well,
because now the community of people that buy cars from you start telling other people, oh, I got a good car, I got a good price, but I also got a great insurance. They help me cancel. They give great service. So Modbot Group has grown exponentially from the relationship that we have, and that's why it is mutually beneficial, which is what Adrian was saying about having a relationship with somebody that you could depend on, because both businesses continue to thrive. We help their clients. They help us by, being consistent dealers for us. Apart from that, what I wanted to highlight was the buy here, pay here's are actually, I think right now, doing pretty well in the current car market.
Oh, absolutely.
Because a lot of people, maybe they cannot get a car straight out of the dealer, brand new, but they're getting good prices. We're able to help them out. And if you honestly aren't having much success sending vehicles right now, maybe it's because you don't have a reliable insurance company. And the other story I wanted to share, I had somebody at the dealership right now that got offered $300
By another insurance agent
by another insurance
and your insurance policy.
in their dealership, offered them $300. I literally quoted them in 5 minutes, and I kid you not, I did this like 20 minutes ago. 114
Oh, forget about it.
full coverage.
Forget about it.
So when I told the client, tell the salesperson to hit me up whenever.
Yeah.
Because if you were gonna go with that, imagine how many other sales you've lost just because of that.
It's also, I think, important to mention, why do you think that other agent, and we could speak transparently, we're not talking about the down payment stuff or anything like that, not the the unethical stuff on that part, but why do you think that other agency quoted that customer at a crazy price at 300 of something? How did they probably structure that policy in order to get that price? And why do you think that they structured it in that way? I'm thinking 12 months.
I did 12 months also. I did 12 months.
Wow.
I honestly think that the desperation and maybe their lack of volume, maybe the lack of policies that they're moving is causing them to have to increase prices and have to send this and just hope that the client doesn't know that there's better offers. So essentially they're trying to recover from the lack of volume that they're moving by having such increased premiums on the few policies that they do move. Whereas us, we are prioritizing the better price so that these clients know that they truly have a reliable, agent. And we're going to continue to, do what we have to do. And we have a large amount of people that trust us. So our business model, a lot of policies, great prices. Their business model, lower amount of policies, higher prices. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you were mentioning more, but a few minutes ago, and I didn't want to let us continue diving into new topics without shouting them out,
100%.
saying how good they are. Every single customer that has come out of Morba has ended up telling me what a great experience they had and how extremely happy they are with the prices and with the services and with the customer experience. If you want to meet the best insurance agents in Miami, do not miss our podcast and do not forget to give us a call if you want to save money on your insurance at 305-786-0001, South Florida 1. I'm going to talk a little bit more, Anthony, now about our process. We mentioned it in the last podcast, but I kind of want to revisit it a little bit. And this is kind of going to give you guys the full picture and a little bit more about the full picture of the dynamic about how we operate, how we execute, and kind of why we've built so many strong relationships in the car salesman space. We're working with a car salesman. Let's say his name is Jonathan, for example. He sends us license, he sends us VIN. That's the only thing we ask for, because the only thing that we need to truly get started with the quote and start working on it and get to the
prices with the companies?
Yeah, 100%. That's basically the only thing that we need. We need licenses, we need VIN numbers, and of course we need bank that's financing and a couple of other things. But to start off, we need license and VIN, and we can already immediately start going into the quoter, start immediately going to find the best price in the market. Car salesmen, a lot of them don't even give us a call. They just literally send us a picture of a license and a picture of a VIN number. That's sufficient enough for us to go in there, to go into the system immediately, go into the quoter that we use. I'm not going to say the name of it, but we immediately start going in there. We input first name, last name, date of birth, driver's license number, address where the vehicle's going to sleep at night. We go on to the next tab. We put in prior insurance information. We do this all in the process of 2 minutes. So it really takes 2 to 3 minutes for you to get from us the best option in the market. A lot of times, once we finish that quote and once we say, okay, boom, perfect, $100 for the down payment, $100 for the monthly payment. You're $100 for the first payment, $100 for the monthly payments thereafter. It's a matter of 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes, you have the best option possible. You're going to find that 99% of the time, we are saving the customer a ton of money. Why? We're experts. We're very good at what we do. Our product knowledge is through the roof. We know exactly how to structure these policies in order to apply the discounts, where they have to go in order to get the best price in the most quickest and efficient way possible. Immediately, once we send you that, payment schedule, payment information, I need $100 today, $101 for the monthly payments after 30 days. You could then go tell the customer, listen, congratulations, I'm very excited for you. My team was able to find you a price which is currently beating that other offer that you got by $140 per month. And I'm extremely excited. I'm going to do this. I'm going to connect you with my team. This is the phone number of them. Give them a quick call. Or a lot of times, the car salesman will literally send us their phone number and then give us the green light for us to give them a call. And as soon as we have the green light from the car salesman, or as soon as we get that phone call because the car salesman gave the customer the green light to give us a call, we immediately answer. We immediately pick up the phone. We immediately explain to the customer the terms. So this process takes about 30-40 seconds. Listen, we got you this price. The coverages here are the ones required for the car that you're financing. This is why you have better coverages than us, because we applied this and this and this and this, while still saving you a ton of money. And then, we get in there, we get the deal closed. We tell the customer, how would you like make your payment? Visa, MasterCard, Discover. We go in there and put it in the system. At that point, we usually follow up with the salesperson. John, for example, or Jonathan, does the bank that's financing the vehicle stay the same? Were there any changes to that? No? Okay, perfect. We're good. We continue on. We process the payment. We get the application signed. Another 30 to 45 seconds is a very quick process. As soon as customer signs, we immediately grab the declarations page and the ID cards, which is what you need to continue with the ball rolling in your deal and continue with the financing process. And like I said, we're talking about a 5-10 minute process at the absolute maximum. We're very fast. We're very efficient. If the process ever gets delayed longer than that, that's, we have a lot of car salesmen which tell us, they tell us straight up, listen, the customers in financing right now, give them just a couple of minutes to just finish with that process right there. So if the process ever gets a little bit delayed, and truly that's not on us. It's buying a car isn't the quickest process in the world, and a lot of people know that. But is there anything you want to add, Anthony, to how our process works and why we're so quick? At the end of the day, speed equals
execution and efficiency. But the only thing that I would add is like the price listings that we do, the explanations that we give, obviously everybody has a different process, but people have to leave insured to leave with the vehicle, but they should also leave informed when they leave with the vehicle. So the last thing you want to do is give somebody an insurance policy without telling them what the next steps are. You don't want to have somebody insured, but then 3 months later, they're realizing that they're getting double charged for insurance. So, apart from the fact that we're giving you the best price, apart from the fact that I'm dependable Monday, 11 p.m. or Tuesday, 6 a.m., we're going to walk the client through exactly how we're canceling the prior policy. We're going to help them do that. We offer that.
That's value.
That's value.
I don't know of too many other companies that do that.
Exactly.
That's a process that a lot of times gets, as we say, enredado. And a lot of times it's not the most quickest and seamless process. That's a process that could take a little bit of time and could take a little bit, and could drain people's energy as well, because some of the things that we've seen. But it's priceless to have an agent like ourselves that cares this much. And by the way, we don't do that with, we don't execute this process of helping the customer cancel their other policy during your process as a car sales.
No.
We do that later.
Yeah, we do that after. We want you to do what you're going to do there at the dealership. But these are the things that truly separate us from, I would say, the competition, I guess, even though I really don't see that there's much. But at the end of the day, the few competition that's left standing after, you really compare everything apples to apples, I don't think that they're doing that. And the reason why it's so beneficial is because imagine if you could tell a customer that you're going to give them a great price and that they're going to get a refund from the company. Obviously, that's a case-by-case basis, but it's just like wonders to their ear. They're like, wow, where have you been all my life, basically? I've seen clients literally tell me, like, I've never had that happen before. So, let me see.
Yeah, it's 100%.
and I'm making it obvious that I am reading something right now, and I apologize for that. But we're honestly just trying not to forget about anything at all. But when it comes to those processes, one thing that I did want to highlight quickly before we move on, it's truly the matter of, are you giving the business to somebody who's looking to take advantage of that customer, or are you giving the business to somebody who's just looking to continue to grow? You know, because you're going to get the best intentions, you're going to get the best prices, and we're truly just looking to move on to the next while making sure that everything is covered and that they're good to go. But if you're giving your business to a company that's just sitting there waiting for the phone to ring so that they could find a reason to get a crazy price on somebody, you're doing it wrong. And I feel like that's what it is.
Do you want to do the conclusion on that?
Conclusion? By now you should know already that our process is helping you and helping the client. And by now you should know that there's truly nobody that's like us. You know, even in the middle of a podcast, at the end of the workday at 7 p.m., we identify somebody.
It's 8:30.
It is 8:30. I apologize. I'm fried right now. But what I'm trying to say is that, why don't you just try us 1 or 2 times? You know, I know that you're watching this. I know that you're sitting there and you're wondering, what can you do to improve your sales for next month? You know, April's almost closing. Maybe by the time that this is posted, it might be the ending of April. And we also have some exciting news regarding our next podcast.
Yeah, we're on podcast number 8.
8.
We have exciting news coming for podcast number 10. We have some a special guest, which is actually very exciting for me. I don't know if it's exciting for you guys, but I'll be excited because there's going to be a lot of knowledge and a lot of and a tremendous conversation that we're going to have on that one. Had to say something, completely forgot about it, but what were you saying as your conclusion?
The conclusion is basically just try us out. You're going to see we're bilingual. We're always available. We're going to give you the best prices. We send you the documents immediately, which is what you need so you can move on and let them, you know, finish up the process there. And also, your business is going to grow. You're going to look like a better sales agent because you're getting clients that are leaving with a vehicle that they wanted, but leaving with a price that they wanted to be insured with as well. And that will lead to more referrals for you. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win situation. I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious. I'll do it with my eyes closed.
Yeah, 100%. And it's very important what Anthony said. He said something that is very important. He said, try us 1 time, try us 2 times. It doesn't hurt. You try us 1 time, guarantee you will never want to use another insurance agent again. We're very confident in that. Just because we know what our process is like. We've seen the competition's process. It's, you know, we're not comparing the same thing to the same thing. Use a professional like us that is going to guide your customer in the right direction while still giving them the best price possible and still prioritizing your sale, making sure that doesn't fall through either. Thank you so much for participating in this podcast. We're excited to see you guys again. And
catch you in the next one.
And click this button that says,
make sure to subscribe right here, or right here, or right here, or right here, or right here. Let's go, bro.